Hi, I'm Elephant. The anime recap I'm going to share today is called The Misfit of Demon King Academy. It is an exciting fantasy anime. The baby can speak and give himself a resounding name after he was born in less than 24 hours. In the next second, he grows bigger in front of his parents and changes from a baby to a little boy. Immediately after that, just after he is a month old, he has already grown into a young man and goes to school. The most exaggerated thing is that on the first day of school, he takes his girlfriend home. It feels like an 8 times fast-forward life. What happens to the boy? Let's find out in today's recap. The boy's name is Anos, and he is the demon king of the demon realm. After experiencing reincarnation, he quickly grows into an adult. Under the arrangement of his current parents, he enters Demon King College. This is a place dedicated to training the demon king, gathering all the elites of the demon world. Anos arrives at the school gate and meets a girl named Misha. He sees Misha's papers fall to the floor, kindly picks them up for her, and chats with her, learning that she is a civilian just like him. In the academy, commoner students are always looked down upon by aristocratic students. As soon as they enter the school, they are provoked by the aristocratic students. Zeps tries to light a black fire to give them a lesson. Anos just blows a breath and the black fire goes out. He ignores Zeps and takes Misha to take the entrance test. Zeps is ignored by a civilian for the first time and looks unhappy. When they arrive at the test site, they learn that there are 3 types of tests, the first of which is practical training between candidates. Anos' rival happens to be Zeps. Zeps is well prepared to take revenge on Anos. He puts on fine armor and brings a burning magic sword. This sword is able to increase the strength of the owner tenfold. Zeps confidently attacks Anos, only to be blown out by Anos. Anos' show starts now. He snaps his fingers lightly, and Zeps dies instantly. Anos then uses magic to resurrect Zeps. He keeps killing Zeps and casting resurrection magic until Zeps falls to his knees in fear and surrenders. Because Anos does his trick so quickly, the spectators in the stands don't realize that Zeps has died before. They are simply surprised that the commoners are able to defeat the nobles, who all have the purebred bloodline of Demon King and would not be easily defeated. The second entrance test uses mana crystals to test the candidate's mana. The average person's mana is generally below 300, but Misha's mana exceeds 100,000. She thinks Anos's mana must be higher than hers since he is so powerful. Unexpectedly, Anos' mana is only 0. The crystal cannot withstand his mana and blows up. The final entrance test is a test of knowledge about Demon King, and the results of the test will not be revealed until the official start of school. After the test, Anos invites Misha to his house for dinner. Anos' parents mistake Misha Anos' girlfriend and welcome her warmly. They talk about Anos, who was born talking and giving himself a name, and growing into a teenager in just 3 days. Both Misha and Anos' parents lament that Anos is a genius, but Anos doesn't say anything. After dinner, Anos takes Misha out for a walk in order to avoid his overly enthusiastic parents. During the small talk, Anos hears Misha praise him as a friendly person and laments that if it was in the past, everyone would only say that he was evil. Misha, mistakenly thinking that Anos used to be bullied by others, pets his head soothingly, and this action touches Anos. Just then, a group of nobles uses magic to summon an arena that traps Anos and Misha. The leader of this group of nobles is Zeps' brother, Leorig. Leorig considers Zeps' defeat by Anos a disgrace to the nobility. He first kills Zeps with lightning magic, and then unites with other nobles to cast magic, intending to kill Anos. Unexpectedly, Anos just glares at him, and he loses control of his magic and is seriously injured. Unwilling to fail, Leorig wants to use his best magic against Anos. However, his magic does not affect Anos at all. In order to get rid of Leorig, Anos uses magic to turn Zeps into a zombie, ordering him to bite Leorig to death. Anos then uses magic to destroy the arena built by Leorig and resurrects Leorig and Zeps. The brothers ask in horror who Anos really is. Anos proudly reveals the name he used to use as Demon King, but the brothers do not recognize the name. Anos is puzzled. He thought that in the demon world that worships Demon King, everyone has heard his name. At the beginning of the semester, he asks Misha about Demon King, only to learn that the historical name of Demon King is not his. This makes Anos very frustrated and unconsciously recalls what happened when he was still Demon King. 2,000 years ago, he led the entire demon world against humans, elves, and gods, and was hated by these 3 races. Later, he grew tired of war and killing. He made a promise to the human hero Canon. Anos was willing to be killed by Canon, and after his death, he would use all his power to create a barrier that prevented another conflict among the 4 races. Canon needed to convince 3 races other than the demons to stop the war. At this moment, Misha's voice interrupts Anos' memories. Anos only passed the combat test in yesterday's entrance test and was judged unfit to become a demon king. This instantly arouses Anos' desire to win, and he decides to prove his strength in the following study. he quickly gets his chance. The teacher asks the students to freely form teams and conduct practical training. Anos chooses to team up with Misha, while the aristocratic students want to team up with a talented girl named Sasha. When he learns that Sasha is Misha's twin sister, he tries to invite Sasha to join his team. Unexpectedly, he is ridiculed by Sasha. Although Sasha is Misha's twin sister, she is an aristocrat. She looks down on both Anos and Misha as civilians. Anos argues with Sasha over this and makes a bet. If Anos and Misha lose in actual combat training, they follow Sasha's orders. If it's the other way around, Sasha would have to join them. Anos' team and Sasha's team begin to fight. The two teams build castles with magic as bases. As soon as the battle begins, Sasha orders her teammates to storm Misha's castle. To Sasha's surprise, before the onslaught has even begun, Anos rushes to her castle. With just one hand, he lifts the entire castle and throws it out. Struggling to get up from the ground, Sasha quickly orders her men to cast magic together, summoning a giant cannon to attack Anos. This time, Anos only uses one finger to unleash a more powerful attack, defeating Sasha's team. Misha, worried about her sister's safety, rushes to Sasha immediately, but Sasha does not appreciate it at all and yells at Anos. When Sasha is angry, red patterns appear in her eyes, and many people are afraid of her. Anos, however, praises her beautiful eyes. Sasha is immediately impressed by Anos, gives up the attack, voluntarily complies with the bet, and joins Anos. After she joins the team, her attitude towards Misha also changes a lot. After school, Anos volunteers to escort Sasha and Misha home, only to find that the sisters live in different places. Anos thinks it's not appropriate to inquire about the privacy of others, so he can only escort them home separately. When Misha returns home, Sasha suddenly kisses Anos to thank him for helping them reconcile. At this time, Anos does not know that Sasha's initiative to seek peace hides another purpose. Soon after, Demon King Academy students welcome a special course. This course is run by a demon named Ivus. Ivus is one of the 7 demon emperors of the demon realm, who Anos created with his own blood before he died. They create the Demon King Academy to nourish the next demon king. Anos doesn't understand why the demon emperors, as his subordinates, would allow his name to be changed. He decides to go to Ivus himself to find out what is going on. Anos indicates his name to Ivus, but he doesn't get any reaction from Ivus. Anos forcibly presses Ivus' head with his hand to read his memory, and learns that Ivus' memory has also been tampered with. Anos, as a student, dares to press Ivus' head, much to the surprise of the other students. Ivus, sensing that his memory is being spied on, calls Anos alone outside the classroom to talk. Ivus still can't believe that Anos is Demon King after his explanation, and decides to secretly observe Anos' whereabouts. To this end, he specially arranges for the task of exploring the dungeon. This dungeon was once Anos' castle, and Anos knows it well. He takes Misha and Sasha all the way to the bottom that no one has ever reached. Apart from the scepter of the Demon King, there are also various precious items. Misha and Anos find a red robe that suits Sasha in the room. Tomorrow is Misha and Sasha's 15th birthday, and Misha decides to give the robe to Sasha as a birthday present. When Sasha learns about it, she suddenly becomes a little weird. Moments later, she gets Anos out of the room with the excuse of trying on new clothes. By the time Anos returns to the room, Misha is on the floor injured. Sasha admits that she has injured Misha in order to monopolize Demon King's scepter. She says this and flees the room. Anos thinks Sasha is lying. If she is aiming at the scepter, she can leave with the scepter while she and Misha are in the room. He hurries to use the magic spell to cure Misha, wanting to find out what has just happened. Only then does Misha tell the secret between them. In fact, Misha and Sasha are not twins. 15 years ago, Ivus planned to breed a strong Demon King heir. He used magic to separate a new baby from the newborn Sasha's soul, named Misha, and gave Misha to a civilian family to raise in the hope that they would get different abilities. 15 years later, Misha would automatically fuse into Sasha's body. From then on, Sasha will gain the double power and Misha will disappear. Misha never tries to resist Ivus' magic and always tries to get along with Sasha, but Sasha always reacts coldly. She doesn't understand why Sasha hates her that much since they are two in one. Anos decides to help Misha find the answer and takes her to Sasha. Sasha says that if Anos can perform a very difficult spell as she instructs, she will answer. Anos casts the spell directed by Sasha, and when he is about to complete the magic, he discovers that this magic is to fuse Sasha into Misha's body. Misha hurriedly stops the magic and hugs Sasha tightly. Sasha speaks her true mind. She has been treated as a monster since she was a child because her eyes looked weird, and only Misha was willing to approach her. Sasha knows that as long as Misha actively resists fusion, she will be fused into Misha's body so that Misha will not disappear. Over the years, she has acted like she hates Misha, hoping that Misha will hate her. Anos listens to Sasha's statement and confesses that he has a way to keep them all alive. He can use magic to send them back to 15 years ago, and as long as they are separated from their past selves, they can have complete souls. Anos' words give hope to Sasha and Misha. But Anos' approach has a fatal drawback. Sasha and Misha won't become stronger after they fuse with their past selves. Ivis hides in a corner and overhears everything. He can't bear the destruction of his achievements, and plans to sneak up on Anos, but is shot away by Anos. After Anos takes down Ivis, he immediately activates his magic to send Sasha and Misha to the past. What he doesn't expect is that when he casts time magic, he is blocked by the God of Time. The God of Time has no physical body and can only give Ivis great power to attack Anos. Anos fights Ivis while protecting the two girls, and helping them go back in time and complete their fusion. In the end, Anos uses all his might to kill Ivis. After Anos resurrects Ivis, he restores his memory and makes him regain allegiance to Anos. Anos then gives Ivis instructions to investigate the falsification of history from 6 other demon emperors. The next morning, neither Sasha nor Misha disappears, and they are finally able to live in this world at the same time. After this turmoil, Anos ushers in a peaceful life. He meets 2 new friends at school, and one of them is Lei, a transfer student. When Lei first arrives at Demon King Academy, he shows a strong talent for swordsmanship, defeating 2 demon emperors who are responsible for teaching swordsmanship. However, he loses to Anos, who uses branches as his weapon. In a sword competition, Lei admires Anos' strength and takes the initiative to join Anos' team. Another friend Anos knows is Lei's friend, Misha, a member of the Unitarian. The purpose of the Unitarian is to make the nobility and commoners live on an equal footing. Misha takes a fancy to Anos' strength and invites him to be one of the Unitarians. Anos meets with the leader of the Unitarians, Melhace, privately under Misha's introduction. Melhace is one of the 7 demon emperors and the only demon emperor to remember Anos as demon king. 2,000 years ago, when Anos created the barrier, Melhace was accidentally isolated from the demon realm. Melhace took a long time to find a way to return to the demon world, only to find that the demon's memories had been tampered with. Melhace didn't have enough power to change the state and can only wait quietly for Anos' reincarnation. Now, he has finally waited for this day. After their conversation, Melhace reminds Anos that several demon emperors have placed Anos in the sword fighting competition. He fears that they will attack Anos in the sword fighting tournament and tries to persuade Anos not to participate in the sword fighting competition. Anos doesn't care at all and boldly participates in the sword fighting competition. He makes it all the way to the final with great strength and learns that his final opponent is Lei. Before the start of the match, Anos is attacked in the lounge by Lei, who threatens to kill him during the match. Anos remembers Melhace's reminder and suspects that the demon emperor, whose memories have been tampered with, is in control of Lei's mind. In the final, Lei frantically attacks Anos, even going so far as to overdraw his life force to boost his strength. Anos eventually manages to defeat Lei at the cost of a lot of mana. Suddenly, Anos and Lei are taken to a special space where Melhace and the 2 demon emperors are also trying to kill Anos. Anos probes and discovers that Melhace's memory has just been tampered with. Fortunately, Anos has helped Lei regain his senses when he defeats Lei. Anos puts Lei in charge of pinning Melhace down and kills the 2 demon emperors. Anos notices that Melhace wants to run away and immediately cuts off his legs. Anos returns to the arena with the rest of the people and then resurrects the 2 demon emperors, and restores their memories and those of Melhace. The 3 demon emperors regain allegiance to Anos, but none of them remembers who has tampered with their memories. At this time, Anos sees a mysterious man with a demon king mask appear not far away and vanish the next second, and he guesses that the other party is a fake demon king impersonating him. Anos doesn't notice that when the mysterious man shows up, Lei also disappears for the time being. Since Anos has arranged the magic in advance, the surrounding audience does not see what has just happened, only see that Anos defeats Lei and becomes the champion. The reward for this match is a magic sword, and it is Sasha who presents the award. When she is presenting the award, she takes the opportunity to kiss Anos. All the audience cheers for this kiss at this moment. After the sword fighting competition, Demon King Academy holds a new event. Since the demon world and the human world have been separated for 2,000 years, the hatred between demons and humans has gradually faded. Demon King Academy intends to arrange for students to go to the Hero Academy in the human world for exchange and study. Anos thinks the other companions walk too slowly and casts magic to teleport them to the Hero Academy. The human girl Eleanor is responsible for receiving them. Eleanor is the friendliest person Anos has met in the Hero Academy, and he hears 2 things from Eleanor. The first is that the name of Demon King is the same as that recorded by humans. The second thing is that Canon the hero disappeared inexplicably after Demon King's death, and many suspect that he was killed. Anos has always regarded Canon as an admirable rival, and he decides to find out the truth about Canon's disappearance. Soon after, other students from Demon King Academy also arrive at Hero Academy. Humans and demons compete in a contest involving a human student and a demon noble boy. Diego, the headmaster of the Hero Academy, quietly uses magic to make the noble boy unable to exert his powers. Anos sees through Diego's tricks, casts various terrifying spells to lift Diego's magic, and summons a sacred blade to provoke humans. The human students are stunned because ordinary demons can't summon the sacred blade. Diego points out fearfully that Anos must be the reincarnation of the Demon King, but no one in the room believes Diego's words. The only thing that the nobles among the demon students care about is that the commoner Anos behaves better than the nobles. In order to save the dignity of the nobility, they take the initiative to invite human students to battle. They set the venue for the competition at the bottom of a lake. Before they know it, the human students add the holy water that the demons fear in the lake, causing the noble students to be seriously injured. At this time, Anos strikes again. He summons a huge meteorite to fall into the lake, instantly evaporating all the lake water, and then easily defeats the human students. Some of the human students are not convinced and challenge Anos. When Anos summons the meteorite again, they work together to cast an enchantment to fend off the meteorite's attack. At this time, the human students suddenly show great malice. In order to kill him, they are even willing to overdraw their own life force. Anos' companions rush to assist him in the battle. During the battle, Anos hears Eleanor send him a distress signal from a nearby shrine. He quickly instructs Misha to help Eleanor. Unexpectedly, as soon as Misha arrives at the temple, she is attacked by Diego, the principal of Hero Academy. Diego hates Demon King and demons, and the human students fight under his control. Just as Diego is about to kill Misha, Anos ends the battle in time and appears at the temple. Anos angrily punishes Diego with magic, turning him into his most hated demon. Anos then cures Misha and takes her to the room where Eleanor is at. In fact, Eleanor is not a human. She is a magic tool used to control people's minds. 2,000 years ago, Canon tried to get humans to stop hating demons after the death of Demon King. Canon's teacher, Jurga, hated demons so much that he killed Canon in order to eliminate all demons. Jurga also founded the Hero Academy and created Eleanor to control the minds of students and make them continue to hate demons. Fortunately, Canon can resurrect himself. His resurrection instilled in Eleanor the concept of peace, which allowed humans and demons to live together peacefully for 2,000 years. However, the current president, Diego, is a demon hater, just like Jurga. After he recognizes Anos as Demon King, he wants to use Eleanor to get the human students to kill Anos. So Eleanor asks Anos for help. As soon as Eleanor finishes speaking, Diego breaks into the room. He has already used magic to restore himself to human form and brings many helpers. When Diego and Anos are about to clash, the mysterious man wearing a Demon King mask appears with 3 demon emperors. The masked man, claiming to be Demon King, has come to declare war on humankind. Soon, the fake Demon King returns to the demon realm and begins to mobilize demons to wage war. Diego doesn't care about dealing with Anos, and quickly calls on humans to fight demons. Anos notices that the weapon used by the fake Demon King is Canon's exclusive sacred blade, and suspects that the fake Demon King may be Canon. He returns to the demon world with his companions and finds the fake Demon King to identify him. The fake Demon King uses magic to create a black barrier that locks him and Anos inside. He admits that he is Canon and tells a story about the past. After Anos' death, Canon felt that as a hero, he should pay more for peace. He predicted that Anos would reincarnate to the demon realm in the future, fearing that Anos would be implicated when war breaks out again between humans and demons. So he managed to change the name of Demon King in everyone's memory. Worried that his method wasn't safe enough, Canon became a demon named Lei to pretend to be Demon King in order to be killed in Anos' place when he was suspected by humans. Anos rejects Canon's kindness, believing that he can handle everything. After they argue, they decide to fight to resolve their differences. They are equally strong, and no one can win easily. Canon puts on the hero warrior's equipment in order to exert his full strength. That's when Anos is deliberately pierced by Canon. Immediately afterward, he puts on the mask of Demon King and destroys the black barrier. At this moment, the demons and humans outside the barrier are at war, and after they see the hero Canon piercing Demon King's body, they hear Demon King order demons to stop the war. Canon sees Anos dissipate into the air, understands his intentions, and directly declares Demon King's death, telling all humans to stop fighting. The humans and demons both intend to retreat, but Diego refuses. He sacrifices his soul to summon Jurga's soul and gives Jurga top-level power to fight Canon. As a soul, Jirga cannot be damaged by ordinary attacks, and is also super powerful. Even if it's the joined forces of Kanon and Anos companions, Jirga can't be defeated. Right at this moment, miraculously, Anos appears. It turns out that Anos has a special ability that cannot be damaged twice by the same move. 2,000 years ago, he had been stabbed through his vulnerable part by Kanon once. His disappearance just now was just an illusion created by him. Anos begins to fight with Kanon against Jirga. Even if Jirga is a soul, he cannot resist the attack launched by the hero and Demon King teamed up. Eventually, Jirga is defeated and disappears into the air. Since then, Kanon the hero and the Demon King Anos have officially become friends and guard the peace of the world together. That's how this anime ends. In this anime, Anos says something that impresses me. He tells Kanon that demons are evil in the eyes of mankind and that peace can be restored by destroying the demon's world. But for demons, humans who kill countless of their companions are the actual evil ones. Anos believes that neither side between demons and humans is righteous and that the war between them is pointless. After listening to what Anos says, I realize that we take demons as villains when we read stories because we just perceive things from the perspective of humans. I sympathize with these poor demons. Perhaps neither the demons nor the humans have done anything wrong. All they need to do is find a way to eliminate hatred as Anos and Kanon do. I am grateful to the author of this anime for creating a peaceful ending. Well, that's it for this video. If you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and give me thumbs up. There are many interesting anime recaps on my channel. See you in the next video.